দর্শক, আমন্ত্রণ জানাচ্ছি ছুটির ফাঁকের আরও একটি পর্বে। আজ আমি আপনাদেরকে নিয়ে যাব জলের কোলাহলে মুখরিত হাজারো দ্বীপের স্থান থাউজেন্ড আইল্যান্ডসে। পেছনে ফেলে আসে শহরের কোলাহল, সামনে খুলে যায় জল, আকাশ আর দ্বীপের এক দীর্ঘ গল্প। আজ আমাদের যাত্রা থাউজেন্ড আইল্যান্ডস। পরিবারকে সঙ্গে নিয়ে প্রকৃতি, ইতিহাস আর মানুষের জীবনের কাছে। আমাদের এই ভ্রমণের আয়োজন করেছিল আমাদের পরিবারের অন্যতম সদস্য কাজী শাওন, ক্ল্যাটন আইল্যান্ড ট্যুরস। যাদের বোট আমরা নিয়েছিলাম, এটি সেই প্রতিষ্ঠানের নাম। আজকাল গুগলের যুগ, আপনারা ওয়েবসাইটে গেলেই এই প্রতিষ্ঠান সম্পর্কে বিস্তারিত তথ্য পেয়ে যাবেন। এবার বোটে ওঠার পালা, সবাই বোটে উঠছেন। তো অন্যরকম একটা আনন্দ, উচ্ছ্বাস, এক্সাইটমেন্ট কাজ করছে। নতুন জায়গা আজকে আমাদের দেখা হবে। থাউজেন্ড আইল্যান্ডস ড্রেসিংয়ের নাম আমরা শুনেছি, কিন্তু থাউজেন্ড আইল্যান্ডসটি কখনো দেখা হয়নি। তো ইতিমধ্যে ক্যাপ্টেনের সাথে পরিচয় হয়েছে গাইডের সাথে। গাইড আমাদেরকে এই ভ্রমণে বিস্তারিত তথ্য দেবেন যখন যেটা দরকার। বলছিলাম থাউজেন্ড আইল্যান্ডস ড্রেসিংয়ের কথা। সোফিয়া লালোদে, যিনি এই থাউজেন্ড আইল্যান্ডসেই থাকতেন, তিনি প্রথম এই ড্রেসিংটি বানান। পরে তিনি নিউ ইয়র্কের বিখ্যাত ওয়ালডর্ফ অ্যাস্টোরিয়া হোটেলের মালিক জর্জকে এই ড্রেসিংটি খাওয়ান। জর্জ ড্রেসিংটি খুব পছন্দ করেন এবং তার হোটেলের মেনুতে যুক্ত করলে সেটি দেশ জুড়ে জনপ্রিয় হয়ে যায়।
Wrap the strap around us and clip it in the front, and it's reversible so either side works. Life jackets can be found above us here, and child life jackets are under this seat. And we've never used them before, and I don't intend to start that trend today, so hopefully we won't need them at all. We do have a restroom on the boat, and there is also a trash can and a recycling bin for you. And if you have any questions throughout the tour, I'll be more than happy to answer them. If I don't know the question, if I don't know the answer to the question, Captain Chuck probably will. And if Captain Chuck doesn't know it, then that means none of us need to know it. So we'll be all set today.
Okay, great. Thank you.
শেষ হলো গাইডের সূচনা ভাষণ। এবার আমাদের যাত্রা শুরু হবে। থাউজেন্ড আইল্যান্ডসে দ্বীপের সংখ্যা প্রায় 1800। এই দ্বীপে বসবাসকারী মানুষরা স্থলভাগের সঙ্গে যুক্ত থাকে ইঞ্জিন বোট বা ব্যক্তিগত নৌকার মাধ্যমে। কিছু কিছু দ্বীপে বিদ্যুৎ আছে সৌরশক্তি, আছে ইন্টারনেট এবং মোবাইল কানেকশন। শীতে নদী জমে বরফ হয়ে গেলে বরফের উপর দিয়েই নাকি সবাই যাতায়াত করে।
All right, so right now we are setting sail on the St. Lawrence River. The St. Lawrence River is 738 miles long, and it connects the Great Lakes system to the Atlantic Ocean. So a little over 20 miles down that way is Cape Vincent, New York, and that is where the river meets Lake Ontario, which connects us to the Great Lakes. And a little over 700 miles down that way is the Gulf of the St. Lawrence, which connects us to the Atlantic Ocean. The region we're in right now is called the Thousand Islands, and the region itself covers about 50 miles of the St. Lawrence River. And it flows through not one, not two, but 3 different nations here. We have the United States of America, Canada, and then the St. Regis Mohawk Akwesasne Reservation. So that's 3 nations that this river flows through. St. Regis is down by Messina, which is quite a ways away from here. By car, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours, so that's quite a ways away. But right now, we are going to go through both American and Canadian waters in this trip.
সেন্ট লরেন্স নদীর বুকে ছড়িয়ে থাকা এই হাজারো দ্বীপের সবগুলোই জনশূন্য নয়। অনেক দ্বীপে আজও পরিবার বাস করে।
Off to our left, we have another one of our boats at Clayton Island Tours. That is the River Loop, and our goofball of a tour guide, Mike. Right now, they're coming back from our Bolt Castle and Two Nation tour, which is what you guys are taking right now, just without the stop at Bolt Castle. Yes, apparently. Oh yeah, you guys are about to go on that.
বোট এগোতেই একটার পর একটা দ্বীপ চোখে পড়ে, কোনোটায় ঘর, ছোট ডক আর নৌকা বাঁধা, কোনোটায় শুধু গাছ আর নীরবতা। ছোট দ্বীপগুলো যেন জলের বুকে একাকী পাহারাদার। হ্যাঁ, এখানে এক রাত বা একাধিক রাত থাকার ব্যবস্থা আছে, আছে ফ্যামিলি কটেজ, রিসোর্ট। এসব তথ্যই আপনি ইন্টারনেটে পাবেন।
Are a very nasty little bird. For one, they smell terrible. Hopefully. Conservation laws that are now on the island, stating that Picton here has to remain completely there's something called the Farm Rural Electrification Act. It stated that every farm had to have power going to it. So a lot of people who lived out on islands put farms on their property so they could get power as well. And then at the end of the day, island for like the bathroom or the sink, people will pump water directly from the river, and then drinking water they'll bring from the mainland islands. And the holding tanks are emptied out about once or twice a summer by a boat called the Honey Bridge.
প্রায় 2.5 ঘন্টার এই ভ্রমণে আমাদের গাইড কত রকম তথ্য যে দিলেন তা বলাই বাহুল্য। এক একটা কটেজের এক এক রকম নাম, তার পেছনে আছে কত ইতিহাস। সেই সব তথ্য এই 17 মিনিটের ভিডিওতে তুলে ধরা অসম্ভব।
Here is completely island, no mainland wall. How much of a current coming in since we're pretty protected here? So the very sandy, which allows for a lot of seaweed growth. And with that in mind, this makes a great home for fish to live. So we get people fishing in Eel Bay year round. And in the winter, we get ice fishermen out here who will carve a hole in the ice and they'll set up little tents and stay on the ice overnight so they can fish. We're used for things like the Capitol steps in Albany and the steps for the private charter. We have a little extra time to be back.
গাছপালায় ঘেরা এরকম অসংখ্য কটেজ রয়েছে এই দ্বীপে, এবং এক একটা কটেজ দেখলে অবাক হতে হয়। এটি একটি ছোট জাহাজ, এটিতে করেও এই দ্বীপ ঘুরে দেখা যায়।
Here, we'll get a better look at just a sec. Oh my goodness! You guys got a little bit of a roller coaster too.
It's nothing. Good. Well, I'm in that
Jump! 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 Jump!
Jump!
the trees there. That is Thousand Island Tower, located over on top of the tower, and there are 3 different. Takes pride in is that we are the only tour boat company who can take you guys through there, and we don't usually do it, but since this is a private crew, we're gonna bring you through.
Thank you, thank you.
About 7 years ago, right after my boat came through that passage and I said that we were completely in Canada, I had someone jump off the back of my boat. And you know, here we're all trained for man overboard procedure, so the captain and I went right into it. I got my special life jacket on and I went to go get this guy, and he started swimming away from me. So we were all very, very confused. And he ended up having a getaway boat, and someone came and picked him up, and then he lived in the Canadian wilderness for a couple weeks under a tarp. And after all of that happened, when they found him, they were like, hey, okay, and then just gave him back to New York, didn't do anything about it. And he had left his truck outside, completely unlocked, like at where we parked our boats, and one of our captains was the chief of police, so he like went into the car and looked through everything. This guy had his passport route, so you guys are getting a very, very in-depth, intimate look at the Thousand Islands right now, because no one else comes through here.
It's beautiful. Good.
Usually have a sign on them because they're public islands, so anyone can go to them. They have big signs saying, like, come visit, and you can camp on some of them. There are cabins on some, there are places that have picnics and lunch. We will go under the Canadian span of the bridge soon, but first we are going to go through what I told you guys about earlier, called Smuggler's Cove. And it's hard to live up here, have never been here in their entire lives. So this is a crew of the mainland, and that right there is an island. A lot of people can bring landing crafts out though, and they'll take big cars or RVs and construction. 20, but it actually started in New York State, in really the Thousand Islands region, in 1910. So people would get their alcohol from Canada and bring it back over. And if they had any of the authorities on their tail, they would come through here, because then the authorities probably didn't know this area and they'd end up hitting one of the shoals, and then the smugglers would get away.
It's Canada? Oh, the Canada flag, yeah. Oh, so nice. Each of it on any.
Be careful. Whoa. They're building that up.
People in Rome, and some people wanted those names so they could steal it, and they could steal money from all of those people. But he refused to give them up, so they began to torture him. And still, he would not give them the names, so they burned him alive. To our left, we have that big house there, kind of covered by the trees now. That was built by the man who lives in this house coming up. He built his house and the two on either side of him for his son and his daughter. In the driveway, he's got that red boat there on a trailer. That is the second fastest boat on the St. Lawrence River. It clocks in at well over 200 miles per hour, and that boat is called My Way. The fastest boat on the river has just a couple of miles per hour on My Way, and it's called Aquamania, and it resides over in Alexandria Bay.
এখানকার কোনো কোনো দ্বীপে গাছপালা ছাড়া কিছু নেই, কিছু কিছু দ্বীপে আছে কটেজ, এবং বেশ বিলাসবহুল কটেজও আছে। এমনকি তাদের সেই কটেজে পানির মধ্যে ভাসমান বোটের গ্যারেজও আছে।
Coming up on our left-hand side, we have an island called Just Room Enough, or Mother-in-Law Island. This was built by George Bolt for his mother-in-law, and it's said that his mother-in-law was a pretty... It's called Theater, and a lot of it. not this porch down here, but the one higher up, is held up by columns of boulders, and those were drenched from the river floor and are held together completely by gravity and just the sheer weight of each other. There's no cement or anything holding them together.
এটি এখানকার সবচেয়ে ছোট আইল্যান্ড। এবার ফেরার পালা। আমাদের সাথে এই ছোট্ট জাহাজটিও ফিরে যাচ্ছে। বোট ধীরে এগিয়ে যায়, দ্বীপগুলো পেছনে পড়ে থাকে, কিছু দ্বীপে আলো জ্বলে ওঠে। কেউ আজও এখানে রাত কাটাবে। থাউজেন্ড আইল্যান্ডস, যেখানে প্রকৃতি, মানুষ, ইতিহাস আর এক রাতের নীরবতা সব মিলেই এই এক অনন্য গল্প।